Hey y'all, how you doing? I'm just sitting here on this nice autumn day, taking in. We got a little sunshine today. Last 2 days been raining, and I thank God for the sunshine. I'm sitting around here just comfortable in an old flannel shirt. You know what? If y'all want some comfortable shirts, like for every day, now some of the nicer ones I might wear them with some leggings or something. I just threw this on with some jeans. I love going in the thrift store, getting men comfortable flannel shirts and talking about something warm. And another thing, I have long arms, so that's about the only way I can get a really long sleeve shirt. I'm telling, but I digress. I want to talk about something else, and I know y'all saying she always talk about something about to bring us down. I'm not trying to bring anybody down. I said we as older adults, we need to face reality. And it might be a little hard to digest some things that's going on. These are some glasses I got from the Dollar Tree. And they have the blue light, whatever that stuff is. Oh, excuse me, y'all. And I love the tortoise, but here's what I come on to say. You know, they're talking about the first day of November won't be any more food stamps. Okay? They're cutting off this, doing that. Some states have went into their emergency funds. Some haven't. But y'all, please be safe out there. I know somebody like me, that loves to go somewhere. If I'm trailing behind somebody trailing behind me, and I always say I can go somewhere without an audience. And my daughter gets on me, so I guess now I'm gonna be a little extra cautious when I go, cause I usually just go to maybe. I haven't been to Walmart in like 2 weeks or more. Oh, excuse me. But I will go to Rose's, Dollar Tree, and Piggly Wiggly. Cause Piggly Wiggly, I get the sugar in the raw, the brown sugar that I put one in my coffee. My children and grandchildren and my coffee be bitter, but I don't like real sweet coffee and tea, whatever. But anyway, I'll go to those places alone. And I'm in the den now. My husband went to go pick up some medicine from Walgreens, and I can sit here and talk and be, a little louder. Let me bring the computer closer to me. I think what I'm gonna do with these shirts, I'm gonna move that button back there, cause it is a little big in the neck, but I could put on a turtleneck. But anyway, but isn't it funny how the people in Washington or wherever, the people that make the rules, the laws for government, they still getting their pay. They're still getting their health insurance. If they have to stay home a day because they're sick or whatever, they still getting to pay for it, y'all. What is wrong with the United States? Let me tell y'all something. My husband and I was only getting $23 in food stamps a month. And I would use that to get maybe bread, milk, something like that, because we already have meat in our freezer. Let me tell you, if you got a freezer and somebody come along and say, here's some chicken. I remember one time my baby brother bought us I know it was over about 10 pounds of chicken leg. I didn't say I didn't want any chicken leg. Honey, I went in there and cleaned those things up and bagged them up, put them in, because I keep the Ziploc freezer bag. Put them like maybe 5 or 6 in a bag, froze it. Then if I got ready to cook chicken, even if I'm making chicken pot pie, 5 or 6 legs at a time is enough to make enough for me and my husband. Sometimes it be some left over. But anyway, and then we get food from, there's this church that gives senior boxes once a month. And sometimes they give whole chicken, sometimes they give chicken breast, and stuff like that. They give salmon in the can. They give canned vegetables, canned fruits, and in the summertime they'll give small watermelon, and they give juice, rice, beans, canned potatoes, stuff like that. And I'm thankful. So they were giving chicken. Then somebody else gave us some chicken. Then one time the senior program gave some I think a couple of pounds of ground beef rolling in the thing. Then they give ground beef in the can, y'all. So what I do with the ground beef in the can, I know I went off kilter, y'all. But I started, I gotta finish. Sorry about that. These allergies are working on me. I take that can of beef and put it in the refrigerator. Turn it upside down. When I get ready to cook with it, I can open it and get it out and just peel all that fat off it. I made my husband, last week I was at my daughter's and my husband told me, said, make me a pot of spaghetti. I used that ground beef and that's what I did. I made the spaghetti with that as I usually make spaghetti. And it was fine. Because I mentioned to one of my sons that they give us ground beef in a can. He said, ground beef in a can? Don't seem like that gonna be right. I said, yeah, it's fine. I made different stuff with it. So if you got a program and you eligible for it, don't be too proud to go and get the help. Because I made videos saying prepare, prepare, prepare. I did, baby. I did. I was trying to let everybody know. We know now that the Bible is being fulfilled. I'm telling you, they said some terrible things are about to happen. If you don't have to go outside your door, don't go. Now, when my husband go to do stuff, sometimes he'll say, you want to ride with me here or there? And like the other day I went with him, he said, come on ride with me to Dollar Tree. I said, Dollar Tree? He had to go to the store next to Dollar Tree, so he figured we were in Dollar Tree. But I was in the truck, but I didn't have a mask, so I couldn't go in. And I know you said, why are you still wearing a mask? Because my cardiologist told me to wear a mask. If I'm out in the open and people not close to me, I don't need a mask. But if I'm in the proximity of other people, I wear a mask. Especially like I remember a couple of weeks ago, we had a funeral for one of my first cousins. And when you go to a gathering like that and you're in mixed multitude, you don't know who been around whom. And if you're in a crowd of people, somebody's gonna end up with COVID. That's just the way it is. Somebody done been around somebody. Because people, when they get it, won't stay there, home. But anyway, let me get back on track. Okay, here you go. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday! Thank God for being in the land of the living. But how can these people up there, here's what I started off to make this video to do, and I'm so sorry, y'all. I rant and I get off kilter. My daughter gets on me about it. But I can't help it. I come honest bad. I think my grandmother was the same way. And I spent a lot of time with her as a child, and that's where I got it from. But anyway, I digress. But how can these people, I don't care if it's Mitch McConnell or I'm trying to think of somebody else's name in government, y'all, but he's the first name that came up. He's the one when they asked him a question about ICE or something, he fell down. He didn't mind holding on to that black man then, okay? I'm sorry I said it. Sorry, not sorry. But anyway, the sorry ones are those ones up there that's comfortable. And they probably got limousine bringing them to and fro every day. So they don't have to deal with the issue we have to deal with. What those of us that's living on Social Security, disability benefits, or whatever, let one of them come and live off what we have to live off month by month, day by day. They'll probably commit suicide. I'm serious. When you got the electric commission, give these electric company, these gas company, to go ahead to raise this and raise that, the utility company, and don't speak of Spectrum. They keep sending something saying, pay your bill. Yeah, I'm gonna pay my bill after the first of the month, and I'm gonna pay it. And they'll send out a little thing, missed payment and this and that. I just delete it. I don't pay any attention. Cause the service they say we're gonna get, Lord knows we don't get it. But anyway, they still getting their salary. We got armed forces that not getting paid. I got a grandson that's just enlisted in the Marine. He's over there in Hawaii right now. And I try to write my grandson as much as I can. I try to send off a letter every other week on Thursday. I think today is my day to write him. And when I can't sit down and write a letter, I go to Dollar Tree and they got the cards two for $1. Or some that's $1. And I buy some cards, and when I can't write a whole letter, I'll write, something like his nickname. And we call him Chinaman. I said, my dear Chinaman, Grandma haven't forgot you, blah, 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 blah. And tell him, there's some things going on. Grandpa's still working on his car because my husband has a project called 1965 Starfire that he's working on. And he just got out of the paint shop a few weeks ago. And he's not satisfied with what, work the man did. So he's supposed to take it back and let them fix some runs or something. But other than that, and I, tell him, we all hope you're doing well. We're all doing well here. Don't worry about us and everything. So when I finish the letter, I always put, remember, wherever you go, take my love with you. I always end my letter like that. If y'all got some people that's in the service, write them. When they come around, this is the reason why I make sure I write my grandson. I know I used to see on Gomer Pile or wherever, USMC, United States Marine Corps, they be standing there, they waiting for letters, y'all. They waiting for letters back home. Write these people. Don't care if it's a boy, girl, man, or woman, write them. And when they can't come home, they got your letter. They can go back. I still got his letter. I'll go back and read his letter. And at one point, I only had my Marvin Gaye stamps, right? So in one of his letters, I wrote up in the corner. I know back in the day when we were writing letters, we would write all up in the corner. We might put a little something in the corner, then putting some little marks or make sure they'll see that. You might put like a little bubble around what you said and a little line, like a zigzag, like lightning or something. And I put up there, look at the stamp or something like that. I said, you still got my Marvin Gaye stamp. So he told me one day when he came to visit, his grandma said, your letters you wrote me and you got your Marvin Gaye stamps on, so I know how you love him. And I'm going to say your stamps, but baby, I love you far more than I love Marvin Gaye or his stamp. And I hugged him and everything. I miss my baby, y'all. I'm sorry. This world, I don't know what this world gonna turn to. Sorry, y'all. I am that grandma. I'm that one that's always keeping the children. My great grandson could come over there. My daughter got a job, and I probably had to keep him for about a week. But if I can help out in the Lord, if God give me strength to help my children, I'm gonna help them to the best of my ability, y'all. If you can't look to your parents or your grandparents, who can you look to? You see, right now the world don't give a damn about you. Yes, I said damn. Come fired up. And I mean that thing. How can those people in Washington still get their money? And when there's children that's gonna go hungry, why don't somebody make a bill so when there's a shutdown, you don't get paid either? Don't make no doggone sense. They sitting up there lying and BSing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You look on the news, all you see is where, oh, they're not gonna take food stamp. People saying they can go and steal. And what JD Vance said, I was reading something, they said somebody said something about something and he threw his wife under the bus because his wife is Hindu. Yo, how do all these people not have hearts? Do they know how much baby formula costs? Evidently I guess it all boiled down to they don't give not one rat's patootie. Because if they did, we wouldn't have a shutdown and we wouldn't have people going without food and people talking about stealing to feed their children or using Afterpay or Klarna or whatever you call it, and Zip to pay if they do Instacart. Well, I think my husband back, so I might well end this video. But anyway, y'all, don't let what's going on in this world take your smile away. Because those up in Washington, especially those with R behind their name, and the reason why they are shut down, they want to take people medical care or do some kind of thing that will cause premiums to skyrocket. And the Democrats are like, no, we're not going to do that. Hence a shutdown. Now, our president, the little orange jack-o'-lantern that's in the Oval Office, he tore up the White House to make a ballroom. Now, like, he's going to be there for the rest of his life. How many balls can you have? I can move all my furniture here in this room, put on some classical music or some jazz, and act just like I'm in a ballroom, put on a gown, my husband put on a tuxedo, and dance all night long. So what do you need a ballroom for? Why do he need a ballroom? How many balls he gonna have? Just spending that money. Pause for a minute. I know my husband coming in. So why don't they come together? Fix this. And don't let people go hungry, because once November 1st come and people don't have food stamps, they probably won't even restart the food stamp program. And what's gonna happen? Y'all just realized I had my head on wrong. So now I got to do something with it. But anyway, I was just reading something. I had my phone up. I'll fix this later. I had my phone out and I was reading where they said that Chuck Schumer was trying to get some emergency aid for the people that's not getting SNAP, right? But then said the president is trying to block the emergency aid. What kind of heart I take that back. They don't have hearts. I don't know what they got in their chest that's speeding, that's keeping them alive. But you know what? Hell got a special place for all people like that. When the SNAP and WIC program run out And they trying to get emergency fund, tap into the emergency fund for the SNAP and the WIC, and the president is blocking it. Have y'all ever seen anything like that? Well, my great grandson is getting ready to come, so I'm gonna have me a cup of coffee before he gets here. I'm gonna put some of this other cream on my hands. And y'all have a great day. Let's pray that the people won't go hungry. Let's pray that people get food. Cause you know what? I can stand. You know, it won't bother me a lot if I miss a meal, if I go to bed and I say, I'm not hungry, so I go on the bed. But if you got a child, especially an infant and a toddler and the little one, you can't explain to them, Mama don't have any food tonight because there isn't any more food stamps. But if you got a little child that's maybe 10 or 11-year old, you might be able to explain to them, well, this is all we have to eat tonight because there's no more food stamps. Heaven help everybody. Steve Wonder made a song that heaven help us all. Heaven, please help us all. Because we're all down here. The Bible is something that, it's where in the Bible they tell you if so and so and so happened. I don't know where it is. So we all be men most miserable. Let me see. Let me find out. Y'all. 1 Corinthians. It said the phase of all men most miserable come from 1 Corinthians 15:19 King James Version. It states that if in this life only we have hope in Christ, we are all men most miserable. It means that if the Christian hope we were limited to this earthly life and there was no resurrection of the dead, then believers would be most pitiful of all people because their faith would be in vain. See, we got hope, but our hope is in Jesus Christ. That's where our hope lies. So when we sitting around here thinking of things we don't have, think about the things that people don't have with the food stamps. Think about when you going hungry is different from one person to the next. Y'all, I'm trying to get it right, but it ain't getting right. But anyway, let's just pray for everybody because it's a praying time. It's a trying time, So I don't know how I got like this. But anyway, y'all, we got to let go and let God because this world is, I don't know what to say. I don't. Only God knows what's gonna become of this world. And y'all know when you ask for something and you don't get it, don't worry about it. When it's in your season to have something, God can make provision for you to get whatever it is you're praying for. So when you get what you pray for, don't forget to pray for those that have less than what you have. Because we think we don't have, there's a lot of things we don't have. But there's somebody somewhere wish they had what little that you got. So when you think, oh, I ain't got nothing but this one loaf of bread, well, you got a loaf of bread. I don't have but this 1 pound of bologna. Hey, you got 1 pound of bologna. Let's prepare, y'all. There's no time like the present. Everybody have a great day. Like I said, I'm waiting for my great grandson to come. I'm going to go make me a cup of coffee. I might put up a few shorts. But y'all, if y'all don't see videos of me, from me coming up, just realize that I got my hands full with, we call them chunky. His name is Roman. But anyway, I'm glad to do it. It wears me out most days, but hey, my daughter don't have nobody but me. Her daughter, his mama, is working, and she kept him a couple of nights. So my daughter don't have nobody to lean on but me and my husband. So y'all keep us in your prayers. We're doing the best we can. To God be the glory. I think they just rolled up. Okay, let me go. Talk to you later. Please like, share, and comment. Love you. Can't do nothing about it. Stay prayed up. All right. Bye bye.